Hi dreamers, I just wanted to take some of the time today that I have, which is not a lot, to do just kind of a little quick stay-at-home makeup look for the things that I've really just been loving lately. And I do already work from home for the most part. I write the newspaper for my local community, so I have been out and about quite a bit more, I think, than the average person, although it seems like in my town, when we were out yesterday, I went out to take pictures of things that weren't happening, and instead what I found was a bunch of things that were happening. So my city has issued that all restaurants and bars and things like that close and do curbside and pickup only, and our governor did shut down a lot of things yesterday. And my city is in a location where we are split between two counties. So the governor's order applies to part of the city, but not all of the city, because it only applies to counties where there is a positive case. And in the county where I live, which is on the Osage County side, we do not have a confirmed case yet. But on the other side, Tulsa County, we do have several confirmed cases. So it's been really interesting, and I've been terribly busy, and I'm taking a lunch break because I spent the entire morning on a Board of Education teleconference while they canceled school for the rest of the year. So I have not done my makeup or anything yet, so I figured I would just get on here, show you guys some of the stuff that I'm really, really loving lately. And there you go. Since I have worked from home for several years, if you want some of my tips and tricks, you can either go over and check out my blog, dishwaterdreams.com, or if you would like a video on that, then just leave me a comment down below and I can definitely do that. My workspace is actually right here. So the house is still kind of a mess in this living area, so there will be an updated video coming on that as soon as we can get more work done. My husband and I are both still working, so that makes things a little bit more difficult during these times. All right, so let's just jump into the makeup. So I've already done all of my skincare and everything for the day. I will be doing a video on my skincare routine coming up here pretty soon. I've kind of changed everything, so I will do a video on that soon. So I'm going to be going in with this e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer, and I am using my phone today because I actually do not have a place to set up my big camera right at the moment. So everything on the products will look backwards. I've tried applying this several ways, and I have found that fingers works best. And I kind of press in as I go and then blend it out to the rest of my face. And I am liking this. It feels nice. It's a little bit cooling. And I'm not using a ton. I'm just kind of rubbing my fingers in and then just applying that all over. And I do like the look that it gives, especially when I'm using a more matte primer. I am 42 years old. I will be 43 on April the 7th. So my skin is a little bit more mature. So I do find that having a little bit of luminosity helps, especially with, like I said, the more matte foundations. So I'm going in today with the Believe Beauty Foundation. This is $5 and you can find it at Dollar General, and I have this in soft beige. And I keep forgetting where to look here. I'm not used to filming on my phone, and I'm also using that as my mirror. So I'm probably looking in entirely the wrong places, but that's okay. You guys will forgive me, right? So I just kind of dot that all on. And for this foundation, I've tried it, applying it a bunch of different ways, and I really do like using my Beauty Blender the best because I feel like it gives me a beautiful look, a non-makeup-y look, but with good coverage. Whereas with the brush, I find that it looks makeup-y. And it kind of settles into dry patches a lot more if I'm not using the sponge. For a while there, I was applying this with the brush and then going back over those dry patches with the sponge, and then I've just switched to entirely using the sponge. So you can see that that gives really nice coverage. So it gives really good coverage. It's not accenting any of the skin problems that I have. I've had so many problems lately with my chin breaking out and my back breaking out because I am in the throes of perimenopause, which is not really that fun, but it hasn't been terribly bad either. So now I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. That's really hard to say. And this is in the Brightener. And I'm also using this as an eye primer. And I do put this on a little thick. So you can see I've got it all over my dark circle areas. I've got it all over my lid. And then I'm gonna go back in with that sponge and blend it out. And I find that if I don't go in just a little bit thick, then when I use the sponge, it kind of shears it out. And again, this is one of those products where I feel like if I apply it with my fingers, it kind of disappears. If I apply it with a brush, it really accentuates the texture that I have underneath my eyes. So I'd rather put it on slightly thick and then go in with the sponge. I'm gonna go on top of that just in certain areas with the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and I have this in 350 Bisque. So I'm really just gonna hit right in the area where I have the most discoloration. And this one, the 350, I also have the 345. The 350 seems to be a lot thinner of a formula, and so I need more than those lighter colors. But I think it definitely does sort of a better job with the combination of these two products of covering up my under eye circles. All right, now I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. I am absolutely loving this powder. And I'm gonna take a big thick brush. This is the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Skin brush. I think I got this from like a QVC order that I did a long time ago. And I'm just gonna kind of pat that in. I'm gonna put it on my eyes to kind of set that concealer, and my nose where I tend to rub things off a lot. And I'm just gonna kind of use the excess to pat in and set the foundation around the rest of my face. I don't really find it completely necessary to set the Believe Beauty foundation, but with the amount of wallowing and laying on the couch that I have done in the evenings lately, it just kind of keeps everything there. And then as the temperature gets warmer, I find that even though I have normal to dry skin, I find that that just kind of helps keep my foundation in place, and I don't sweat it off as much if I am outside. Okay. Butter bronzer, we all have it. We all love it. And the brush that I am using is from Moda Pro, and it is the BMX 130 pointed blush brush. I like this because it's very, very fluffy. I got it in a subscription box at some point. So you can tell that I have used this a lot. And I'm just gonna kind of warm up my face. That C around your face. So I'm gonna switch brushes and I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. This is really nice and thick and dense. And I'm just gonna tap it in the product. And I'm just gonna do kind of a little bit of contour here. I kind of tap it on back here and then blend it down right into that line of my cheek, and then I'll hit each side of my nose and right there. So now I got that full E, done a kind of a baby contour. And I'm gonna go in with the Essence Mosaic Blush. This is in number 20, All You Need Is Pink. And Wet n Wild Blush Brush. And this is really a pigmented blush, and all those different colors in there really make it beautiful. So I just kind of tap, blend that out, some excess on the forehead just to give me some color. And I will be honest, I don't usually do a highlight. I usually save highlight for days where I'm not, you know, where I'm going out, where I'm not just going to be sitting at home, or I'm not just going to be doing anything. Because I think with this Luminous Primer, you can see I don't have any highlight on at all. With the primer, with the blush, with the foundation, I still have kind of that nice glow to my face. So I just don't really feel like I need it. And I almost kind of feel like it's over the top for just an everyday look. But a couple that I have been loving lately, the L'Oreal Lumi Glow Amour Glow Boosting Drops, and I have this in Daybreak. And then, of course, the Mary Luminizer. So I'm not going to be putting highlight on today because I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying at home. I'm sheltering in place. All right, so what's next? Let's do brows. Brows next. This is going to be a little challenge using the, I don't think I have a mirror. Oh, I do. I have a little smaller mirror. So I've been using the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. I really, really like this. I do not like the price tag. So when this is out, I will be purchasing something from the drugstore. And you guys, I do not spend a lot of time on my brows. I don't really have a lot of brow problems, except for the fact that they're very light. So literally, like, that's it. I just give some color, kind of brush that through, done. So, I mean, some days I will spend a long time trying to get everything together because I'm playing, but most days I just want to get my makeup on and go. I do get up every morning while I work from home and I get dressed. Don't put shoes on. I know they say you're supposed to put shoes on, but I don't find it necessary to put shoes on in order to feel like I'm going to work. So I do get up and I get dressed and I put my makeup on and I fix my hair. None of which has happened this morning because I had that very, very early board meeting to attend virtually. So let's see. I think today. I am absolutely in love with all of these little e.l.f. palettes. I got 5 of them. I passed on the others because I just didn't think that they were ones that I would wear very often. But let's see, I've got on a Pink Floyd t-shirt today, and it's got pinks and stuff in it. So let's go for, we're gonna go for this one, Berry Bad. So I've seen a lot of reviews of these, and I watched a lot of reviews before I did decide to go out to purchase them. They're like $3 a piece, but I mean, frankly, I still like to watch the reviews. So I watched a lot of reviews, and one of the things that I did hear people saying a lot was you cannot make a complete look with one of these palettes. There were a couple that people said that you could, but honestly, with every single one that I have, I can make a full look with just that one. You can also mix them and match them. I have got Rose Water, which is gorgeous. One of my favorites. These are all very, very good. Cream and Sugar, which is just this really great sort of neutral palette. That one's probably my least favorite. Well, no, I don't know. Might be my least favorite of the ones that I have, and that's not because of the quality or the colors. It's just because I don't wear neutrals a lot. I tend to wear colors a little bit more. Pumpkin Spice, absolutely love for those days where you want to wear a really warm look. Truffles, I have that one, which is again a really neutral palette, but it is a darker neutral. So yeah, I can get a complete look out of any of these. Now, some of them, Berry Bad being one, you're gonna be sort of more in that vein of like the ColourPop monochromatic 9-pan eyeshadow palettes, none of which I have, but I look at them constantly. So this was sort of a great option for me to try one, kind of try a monochrome and see if I really liked it. And I do like that monochrome look. So I'm going to go in first with a Morphe M330 brush. I have smaller eyes, so this is a great blending brush for me. And these colors don't have names, so I'm going into this one. And that is going up above my crease. I have hooded, downturned eyes, so eyeshadow looks are challenging. Just no matter what you do, eyeshadow looks are challenging. So I put the lightest color up above my crease, and you can see there is powder in there. These lighter colors do have a bit of powder to them, but I don't have a problem with that. So I'm just gonna blend and blend and blend and blend and blend until we can all go back out and do things. Okay, not that one. But I'm gonna get that nicely blended. And then I am going to take a Morphe M321 brush, which is a very pointed little brush, and I'm gonna go into this darkest color. And that's gonna go underneath. Okay, I gotta get out this other mirror so I don't poke myself in the eye. So underneath, and then I will draw my guideline, and then I'm gonna take a little bit more of that and I'm gonna go right into the crease. If you have hooded, downturned eyes, this is the absolute best tool that I can recommend, because most of the makeup tutorials that I watch, they're using much fluffier brushes going into the crease area, and I always couldn't figure out why that didn't work for me. Well, it's because when I open my eyes, my crease completely goes away. When I'm doing my makeup, if I'm using a fluffier brush like the one that I just used, I cover way too much of that lid space with that darker color. So it just does not work. So I'm going to just continue to kind of blend that out. And now I will go in with a little bit of a fluffier brush. This is a Morphe brush, but it does not say what the number is, but it's very, very similar. This is the one that I used to start with, and this is the one that I'm using now. So it still has that nice pointy tip. It's just a smaller, fluffy blending brush. And I'm sticking with that darkest color, and I'm just gonna pull that over a little bit and blend it out. And I'm following what would be a up and out kind of motion, which blends out that line that I made and will lift my eye. So what you wanna do when you have hooded, downturned eyes is you want to blend up and out, up and out. And you don't really want to go past that line in a harsh way. Up and out, up and out, up and out. All right, so we've got two like fun colors here in the middle. And I think I'm gonna go for a pinkier look today. This one is, I don't know, it's kind of a really warm rose gold color. And then here's that other one, which is much, much, much more pink. And I don't have anything to wipe my fingers on here, so great. But I'm gonna go in with this little flat blending brush. This is a Coastal Scents BRC in 02. I've had it for forever and I absolutely love it. It has been my go-to. Any brush, these shapes will work. You don't have to use these exact ones. But I am just patting on that shadow. Just patting it on. I know that you see most people doing inner corner highlights and those sorts of things. I will be honest, I don't do that very often. Okay, I found a little paper towel here. I can wipe that off my fingers. Not prepared today. What else is the story? So I usually don't do an inner corner, especially this time of year, because spring allergies and all that kind of stuff. I'm constantly kind of itching like this in the inner corner of my eye. And so I find that if I put shadow there, it just irritates my eyes. It makes them itch more, and I'm just going to end up rubbing it all over my face. So I really only do an inner corner highlight if I'm going out, something sort of fancy, kind of same time that I would put face highlight on. I've also not really been doing a lot of upper lid eyeliner lately because I have found that with the downturn eyes and with the hooded eyes, it's very hard to bring that up and out without it looking strange. And I find that most days I really don't need it. So I'm using the Milani Stay Put waterproof eyeliner in Stay with Slate. And I'm going to tightline, and that is the only eyeliner that I'm going to do. And that will just kind of darken things up. And then I am going to go in with this unique Moodstruck Precision Pencil eyeliner, and I'm going to just hit that lower waterline, give me that little bit more of an awake look. So that is that. Now, before I get started on the mascara, I'm going to spray my face. This is the Mario Badescu Skincare Facial Spray with Aloe, Chamomile, and Lavender. I don't know that this really does a whole lot for my makeup. It does kind of help since I put powder all over my face. It does kind of help, but I love the smell of it. And it kind of makes my skin feel a little bit more hydrated. And it just smells amazing. It smells amazing. All right, so let's get some curl here. My eyelashes are stick straight. So I'm just gonna curl that. And then there are really two mascaras that I have been loving lately. The CoverGirl Exhibitionist. This one is getting a little clumpy. I've had it for a while. So I purchased the Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift. I would say that this one gives gives more volume, and this one gives more length and definition. So kind of two different looks, but I really love them both. And they are drier, not wetter formulas. I'm not a fan of wetter formulas because I tend to get them everywhere. And I know I'm making like the crazy mascara face looks. I tend to skip right here on the very outside. I don't do those lashes very much, especially on the lower lash line, because if I make this outer portion, the very kind of final lashes there, if I make them really long, then they pull my whole eye look down. Same thing if I have just right, I mean, I'm talking right here in the very corner. And I'm not talking about a whole lot of lashes, but I tend to not make those as pronounced as the rest of my eyelashes because, again, with those downturned eyes, it will just kind of pull the look down. So there you have it. That's it. That's all we're gonna do today. We're not gonna put lips on because I'm drinking my water, or I allow myself the 1 soda a day, which I'm drinking now. So I'm constantly drinking. Lipstick is kind of something like I'm going out of the house, or I just kind of feel fancy right now. So I don't put on lipstick all that often. So this would be my completed look, and I will fix my hair at some point. I washed it last night, so it is just kind of a hot mess. But thank you guys so much for watching today. If you love any of these products, leave me a comment down below and let me know. Or if you have any absolutely favorite Die Hard drugstore products that you think that I would love, I need to try, leave me a comment down below and let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to get notifications, hit that little bell so that you will be notified of any videos that I upload in the future. I am not promising any kind of set schedule at this point. We'll see what happens. Bye.